It's a tradition that began when I was a brand new single mama with 2 small children. I had struggled for about 2 years to get on my own 2 feet, and I finally found a studio apartment for myself and my 2 older children, and it was just an incredible season of like just trusting God for everything and literally having to lean on Him every moment of every day. I worked sales. Because I worked so hard, I did not qualify for food stamps. Yeah, that was a thing. I was really struggling. I was struggling to put gas in the car. I was struggling to pay rent. I was struggling, and it was such a blessing because the studio apartment, that was just like, it was our castle, right? But it was literally one room that had a divider, and it had a tiny little kitchen and a tiny little bathroom, and I put a bunk bed for my children, and I would close out the divider and I slept on either the couch or the floor. We did not have a kitchen table. We had a countertop that was pretty low, and so my son would sit on top of the counter, my daughter would sit in like a stool next to the counter, and I would stand up. It was beautiful. It was such a beautiful season because it was ours. For that first Christmas where we were in our own studio apartment, I wanted to make a beautiful meal. Unfortunately, at the time, I couldn't even buy groceries. So I had been shopping at the Alameda Food Bank in Alameda, California, and one of their major contributors was Trader Joe's. So this is why to this day I always make it a point to give back to the food bank, local food bank, wherever I am, because it was our lifeline. It was the way that we ate. It was the only way, aside from people like giving us a little extra cash here and there and I could go grocery shopping or putting some food on our doorstep or something. Outside of that, like, the food bank was what kept us nourished and going. So, and if you guys are looking for a way to give back, food banks are an incredible place to give back. I would get stuff from the food bank, and in this box before Christmas, what I had was, in there 2 boxes of Trader Joe's no boil lasagna noodles, which was something. It was very interesting. Basically, you just put it all together in the pan while they're dry, and you put the sauce on it, and it cooks along with the sauce, and they soften in the oven. I had like cheddar cheese, I had like 2 jars of sauce, and I had those noodles. I built my lasagna with my free Trader Joe's food that I got from the Alameda Food Bank, and layered it with just those crusty noodles, jar sauce, and cheddar cheese. Man, the kids loved it. I decided that I was just gonna make it into this tradition. Like, this is our Christmas lasagna. Every single year, no matter if I'm in a good place or not so good place or somewhere in between, I tell myself, at this time next year, my life won't look the same. It's gonna look different. A year later, I can go to the grocery store because my life didn't look the same. I was able to go grocery shopping, and that was such a huge blessing. I had real lasagna noodles, and I had ground beef, and I had sauce, and I had ricotta cheese, and I had mozzarella cheese. So I built a real lasagna the second year, and then the third year, and I was like, wow, like, I added some mushroom, and I made my own handmade sauce. Like, I didn't use jar sauce. I made a red wine sauce the 4th year. Just kept building this thing, and a beautiful salad, a beautiful holiday salad that had goat cheese and like some candied walnuts. I candied walnuts in a pan with honey. Oh my goodness, there was a time, you guys, where I couldn't imagine buying a jar of honey from the grocery store, and I'm like, getting choked up. Look, I don't know where you guys are right now in life, okay? Maybe all of this sounds really silly, or maybe you're like, oh, whatever, I'm going out to eat to a 5-star restaurant right now. Or maybe you can go grocery shopping, and maybe you're feeling kind of bad. You don't have to. You just tell them, we're starting a tradition, we're starting something new, we're doing this together, we're spending time together. I built that first lasagna with my babies. And my kids, they haven't forgotten. I started a tradition from no boil noodles from the food bank. And it has become something beautiful and something that we cherish every single year. I don't know what it's gonna be for you. Maybe it's not a lasagna, but it's something else. Maybe it's, you know, hot dogs or turkey sandwiches or a grilled cheese, or I don't know what that looks like, peanut butter and jelly. But listen, it doesn't matter what the thing is, and you are not defined by how much money you have, how much you're able to spend, what you're able to buy. That year, all of our Christmas gifts came from the dollar store, and I hope that the story inspires you. I hope that maybe you'll start a new tradition off the back of me sharing my story